Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir. You can start
Good
now,
evening.
sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Good evening, my dear students. You are all are warm welcome to the another biological session. Today we talk about ecological ecosystem, population of organism, the continuity. Okay. So already we discussed what are the abiotic factors. So what are the abiotic factors already in our report? The temperature, water, light, and soil. In this sessions, we are going to discuss which one you know. The chemical environmentals of the lag. It is also comes under the heading known as abiotic factors. Already we discussed. Okay. See, the salinity and oxygen concentration and nutrient content differ greatly among lake and can vary with the seasons. Already in our report, the lake, it contains a water molecule, not only the water molecules. Some of the water is a pure form is there. Some of them are having salty nature. Okay. So these are all depends upon their salinity, salt concentration, and also oxygen concentration. These are two things is very, very essential for the chemical environment of the lake. Okay, so according to the season, they may be divided into two types. Is that one is called as oligotrophic lake. Oligotrophic. Don't forget, my dear students, oligo. The first letter is O. So in this lake, what happened? The nutrient poor and generally oxygen is rich in conditions. The oligotrophic, what happened? No, the oxygen is rich, the nutrition is poor in condition. Another one is a eutrophic lake. There are two types of lake have been reported. Okay, oligotrophic means oxygen concentration will be very high, and the nutrition content will be very less in nature. And eutrophic lake, the air or nutrition is rich and often depleted of oxygen in the deepest zone in summer. So these are the difference between these two lakes. See the diagram. So this is called as oligotrophic. In this category, what happened? You know, the oxygen concentration will be very high in nature. At the same time, which one is very less? Nutrients is very less in nature. Already over about. This is the examples. Okay. And the next one is what is that? You know, eutrophic lake. Eutrophic lake means what is that? Nutrition is will be very high in nature. The oxygen depletion is also very slow because it's very shallow. Okay, water inside there is a deep suck. So these are the two different types of lake have been reported. See that one, oligotrophic, and another one is also there. The mesotrophic is also there. This one is called as eutrophic. So here the nutrition is very high, the oxygen depletion is very less. In this category, oxygen is very high, nutrition is very less. So these are the differences. Meso means middle, both are equal in nature. Okay, my dear. So this is very, very important. And then see the difference between oligotrophic and eutrophic. These are the diagrammatical representations have been reported. I have chosen from the Google. Okay. So next important factor already we discussed. Water. Next to temperature, water is the most important factor. Influence the life of organism. Without water molecule, we cannot be able to survive. In our body contain how many percentage of water molecule is there? 75%, isn't it? Each one it has a watermelon. Okay, in milk, in any other vegetables and fruits also having water molecule. Okay. So the productivity and distribution of the plant heavily depends on their water. You know what about? Without water molecule, the plant, it will not survive. You know what about? Because Due to the temperature, light, what happened? All the absorbed water molecules are transferred in the form of water vapor by the process called as transpiration. How many percentage they will be transferred, my dear? Dhanalakshmi? How many percentage of water, how many percentage of water molecules utilized by the plant? Do you know?
The
Any idea?
90%.
No. Only the photosynthesis reaction, isn't it, my dear? 2% only used for the photosynthesis reaction. Remaining 98% it will be transferred in the form of, what is that? Transpiration, water vapor. Okay. So only 2% only utilized. Okay. For aquatic organism quality, chemical composition and pH of water is important. Aquatic organism is also, about the quality depends upon their chemical composition and pH. Suppose the salinity, about pH, the negative logarithm of hydrogen ion concentration is called as pH, isn't it? Whether acid or base or neutral. Water is a neutral pH. Suppose salinity increases, what happens? No, it will be very complicated. The living organism, it will not survive. See that? The salt concentration less than 5% and inland water 30 to 35% in the sea and 100% in the hypersaline lagoon. The hypersaline lagoon already told you. That Dead Sea. Dead Sea is a hypersaline lagoon because 100 ml of Dead Sea water containing 340 gram of salt. Normally, in our sea water containing 100 ml of water, it containing 3.4 milligram of salt only. Dead Sea, it may be 100-fold. Okay, that is very, very important. So, hypersalinity, 100%, there is no water. See that percentage 100 means the water molecule is completely nil or zero, isn't it? But slightly 98.99%, 0.1% will be a water molecule. Remaining things also are salt. See that some organisms are tolerant of some wide range of salinity. Such type of organism is called euryhaline. But others are restricted to the narrow range stenohaline. Okay, some of the microorganisms, they will survive even the presence of high concentration of the salt. Such type of animals called as euryhaline. Haline is nothing but halophilic. Already studied in the bacteria classification, isn't it, my dear? Okay, halophilic means salinity. The bacteria, it will grow in the high salt concentration. Stenohaline means narrow range. There is no up and down. So that type is called as stenohaline. Okay. Next one is, all the most terrestrial organisms can excrete excess salt. Already know, but when you are taking the water molecule, you animals or aquatic animals or whether tropical animals, all are taking the water molecule, isn't it? After intake of water molecule, it will be excreted through in the form of feces, isn't it? During that, or urine. Okay, so 1 or 2. During that time, what happened? It can be in the liquid form or solid form. During that stage, what happened? No, the salt is also excreted. There is unwanted molecule present in your body. It will be filtered by the kidney, but particularly creatine, creatinine, urea, uric acid, and so on, so, isn't it? Okay. Here they are telling you, which one, from a specialized gland or in feces or urine salt, flats and other high salinity habitat typically have a few species of plant animals. Normally, the terrestrial animals excrete the water molecules along with the salt. Okay, that is very, very important. Salmon is one of the another important fish that migrate between the freshwater and ozone. Ozone, it contains a high salinity. Freshwater already know about the less salt in nature. They use both behavioral and physiological mechanism to osmosis regulation. What is the meaning of osmosis regulation? Osmosis regulation is nothing but the gases exchange between the internal organ of the organism into atmosphere, or atmosphere to internal organ of the animal. We can tell like that. That is a gases exchange between the biotic and abiotic. Okay, that is called as osmosis regulation through the way of lungs, skins, and gills, or whatever it may be. There's so many things is there. So many respiratory organs present in it. Okay. They adjust the amount of water they drink to help balance their salt content, and their gills switch from taking up salt in fresh water to excreting salt in the ozone. Suppose the fish, it takes the salt water from the ozone, what happens? It will be eliminated from where, excretion through the gills. So this is a specialized structure. How many pairs of gills present in the fish? 4 pairs. Each and every gills, it contains 4 pairs. So many times they were asked in the zoology part, NEET. Okay. And then cases in water. Okay, what are the type of gases present in already in our world? Water is made up of, what is that?
Hydrogen and oxygen.
Yes, water molecule H2O, the 2 molecules of hydrogen, one molecules of oxygen, isn't it? See here, in the aquatic systems, take an example, bond or lac or whatever it may be, ozone, the oxygen and carbon dioxide and other gases also partially dissolved in water normally. Okay, but in this category, take an example, oxygen is the limiting factor. Why it is called as limiting factor? Any cases which component is less, it is considered as a limiting factor. Okay, here hydrogen is 2% and oxygen is very less percentage. So here limiting factor is O only. That's why they have told is oxygen may be a limiting factor for the growth of phytoplankton. Phytoplankton is nothing. Phyto means plant. Okay, plant. It is made up. It is nothing but the plant. Okay, take an examples of unicellular organism, protista. Okay, and unicellular eukaryote organisms, algae, fungi. Okay, likewise. They need which one? Carbon dioxide is essential, but there is no need of oxygen. That is very, very important because carbon dioxide is essential for the synthesis of photosynthesis, isn't it? So for their survival. Okay, and other aquatic organisms, generally in deep lakes or water receiving heavy load of organic material. Deep lake means what happened in the bottom. Okay, what happened there? Heavy load because all the dead organism all deposited on the bottom of the lake only. So it contains more organic matter materials. And the next one is carbon dioxide is highly soluble in water and may be present in variable amount. Carbon dioxide already in our boat, isn't it? It can be easily dissolved with the water molecule. Okay, so it depends upon the location, lake, river, or running river. Sometimes it may be a big bond. Okay, like that, the carbon dioxide dissolving capacity is also vary. It may be present the variable amount, they told. Okay, my dear. Go to the next one. Light. We are going to discuss about the very, very important abiotic factor is called as, what is a light. Without light, what happened? Plant as well as the animals, they will not survive. See that? Since the plant produces food through photosynthesis. Yes. Okay. A process which is only possible when sunlight is available as a source of energy. We are getting energy, isn't it? In the form of food or whatever. They are all transfer the energy from the light. Ultimate source of energy is where is sun is the ultimate source of energy. We can quickly understand the importance of light for living organisms, particularly autotrophs. Autotrophs means they can synthesize their own food material with the help of the chlorophyll molecule. Those plants or animals bearing chlorophyll molecule, they can synthesize their food materials. Isn't it, my dear? Okay. So will you please tell me which one of the animals they do their photosynthesis? Dhanalakshmi?
Sir,
Yeah, which animal they do the photosynthesis?
animal, sir.
Yeah,
Don't know, sir.
first class we discussed that things. Do you know? What about Euglena? Euglena is one of a animal, isn't it? It bears the chlorophyll molecule. They can do their photosynthesis reaction. Don't forget, my dear. Many species of small plants, such as herbs and shrubs, growing in forest are adapted to photosynthesis. Yes, optimally under very low light conditions because they are constantly overshadowed by tall canopied trees. One more is that, take an example, some of the animals, they can do their photosynthesis reaction. Okay. Sometimes during the night time also, the plants also do their photosynthesis with the help of the moonlight. Okay. Sometimes they were used moonlight also for their autotrophic reactions. This is also a very, very important. Okay, see that one. Many plants are also depends on the sunlight to meet their photoperiods requirement for the flowering. This is also another one. Okay, because light is very, very essential. That is the reason. For many animals, true light is important in that they are diurnal and seasonal variations. Light intensity and duration for the photoperiod. What is the meaning of photoperiod? Photoperiod means the blooming of flowers. Each one, it has a specific duration, isn't it? According to the photoperiod, the plants are divided into how many types, my dear? How many types of plants divided according to their photoperiods? Do you know? Any idea?
No idea, sir.
Okay. What about the long day plant? Long day plants, short day plant, and a neutral plant. Okay. Long day plant means they require for their blooming or flowering process more than 14 hours. Light is very, very essential. Suppose less than 6 hours, that is called a short day plant. Short day, long day. Day neutral plant means already in our word. 12 hours, 12 hours. Day and night, 12 hours, 12 hours. Okay, that is very, very important. As a cues for the timing, their foraging, reproductive, and migratory activities. These are all our plant activities. Okay. What is the next one? The availability of light on land is closely linked with the temperature. Already you know about. Morning you know about the light is there. What about the temperature? Temperature is not high as much as which you know at the time of noon, isn't it? Since the sun is the source for both, but deep in the ozone, the environment is dark. Take an example. Okay, I will show you, then only it will be better for your understanding. See here. There are 3 types of plant I told, isn't it? Photoperiod. Photoperiod, isn't it? Photoperiod. So they need 3 plants they have taken this. Okay, they need 3 plants. See that. So this is one is considered as a, what is it? A long day plant. Second one is short day plant. Okay. And third one is called as neutral. Okay, neutral plant. Okay, imagine the long day plant means they require 14 hours. 14 hours. Okay, for flowering. Okay, that is very, very important. 14 hours for flowering. That's why it is called as long day, because already in our world, 12 hours is the normal, isn't it? 12 plus 12. 12 hours dark period, 12 hours is a neutral, isn't it? Short day plants require how many hours means 6 hours is enough for their flowering. 6 hours for flowering. Neutral plant, what happened, you know, maximum they need, what is that? 8 hours maximum. Okay. 8 hours for the flowering plant. This is called as photo period. Okay. Excuse me. See that. And then another one is very, very important. Dark period. Take an example, sir. Ozone, the upper layer, the light will be fall on the water bed, isn't it? And middle layer, there is a scattering of light is there. Inner side, there is a very less amount. Even deep, what happened? No, there is no light in that area, particularly dark in a manner. So in such cases, what happened? No, some of the animals, they will be alive. Some of the plants also, they will grow. Okay, that is very, very important, my dear students. Okay, what are the next one? See, what then it is the source of energy. The spectral quality of solar radiation is also important for life. Not only the solar sunlight and solar radiation. That is the meaning of radiation already in our, but there are so many radiation, the ultraviolet ray, infrared, okay, and also visible spectrum, invisible spectrum, like that they may be divided. The ultraviolet component of the spectrum is harmful to many organisms. Normally, you know about ultraviolet also transfer through sun rays, isn't it? How it will be penetrated, depletion of ozone layer. How it will be depletion takes place by the carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and NO2. These are the gases also exhausted from the factory as well as the vehicles, isn't it? It will be split the molecule. As a result, what happened? You will get which one? Holes. That is a stratosphere. The ozone hole is created by the. So what happened as a result? What happened? The UV rays easily pass on to the holes and reaches the earth. Okay, it will produce the diseases, cancer. Okay, likewise. Components of the visible spectrum are available for marine plant living different depth of the ozone. Among the red and green and brown primary colors, algae that inhabit the sea, which is likely to be found in the deepest water. Why? Okay, why it is present in the deepest water? See here. And light zonation in aquatic biome, it is also another heading. You should note it down here. The etiologist distinguishes between the upper photoic zone, where there is a sufficient light for photosynthesis. You know very well about. And the lower aphotic zone. What is the meaning of aphotic? Absence of light. Upper photic means, you know all about. Already I told you, isn't it, my dear? How? See that? Take an example. Okay, take an example. So this is consists here, a pond or lake or whatever it may be, sea, whatever it may be. This is the upper part. This part is a upper part, isn't it? So upper one. Above, what happened? There is a sun. Okay, imagine this one is considered as a sun. Okay. Already know about the light. Okay, it will be spread. How it will be known? Here you have to divide into three regions. First region and second region and third region. The first region, what happened? Photo. It can be easily passed, isn't it? Photo means the light will be fall in this area. Okay. And second, there is a light only, slightly presented, slightly transfer light. Okay. 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 The light intensity is very less in nature. The last one, it will be very dark in the manner, isn't it? It is very dark in the manner. In this area, what happened? There is a dark place. Okay. So this is the dark. Here, what happened? So the lake is divided into three categories. One is called as photopic. This one is called as photopic. See guys, photopic. Okay, photopic. Because the light is fall onto the water bed. Second one is very less intensity is there. The last one is called as aphotopic. Aphotopic is nothing but the absent. Okay, absence of light. So in this area, how it will be look like? Okay, dark in manner. That is very, very important. Okay, take an example. See what happened. No, the upper bed. What happened? No? Highly, there are so many animals, living organism, and also the photosynthetic plant as well as animal. They will be grow in this area only. Some of them are they will grow in the less intensity of the water in this region. So this is the first region. Take an example. This one is the second one. This is called as meso. Third one is called as A photo. Okay, this one is the A photo. This is the first one, and then second. Okay, and then third one. So it will be here. What happened now? There are so many plants, animals. They will be survive here. There are so many plants. Is there, isn't it? So many plants. Okay, here. So what about here also? The plants and the animal, they can survive. Already in our, but there are so many animals. Take an example, fish. Okay, take an example. Here, what happened? There are so many fish. Okay, fish and snake. Okay, snake, tortoise, whatever it may be. So many things is they will be alive. Not only that, and also some of the plants, phytoplants, zooplants all present here. Okay, and the high well-developed plants are growing in this area. And some of the animals, there are so many animals, they will be present. You know what about? Because it has a which no bioluminescence. Animals also living in the dark area. Okay, my dear. So this is very, very important. See this one. So that is the lower aphotic zone where little light penetrates. In aquatic environments, every meter of water depth selectively absorb about 40% of the red light and about 2% of the blue light passing through it. Is a result, most photosynthesis in aquatic environments occur near the surface only. That's why I told you in the upper portion, how many percentage of water is absorbed means the water bed, upper water bed. So many lights is there, isn't it? All the lights fall into the water bed only. But in that area only, what happened, you know, the plant it will be grow. 45% of the red light in this area, 2% of the blue light. Blue light means when the light is penetrated in the water molecule, the light intensity also decreases. Okay, so the color will be blue in nature. Blue color will be in the, so that's why the sea also look like a blue in color. Not only that, and the scattering of light, which one you know, sky. Okay, so these are the two things. Why the seashore look like a blue in color. The blue is green in color due to the presence of algae, and not only that, and also distraction of the scattering of the light also. Okay, that is very, very important. See the next one. The photoic and aphotic zone together make up the phthalic zone. Don't forget, my dear. NEET point of view, it's very, very important. Sometimes they may ask the question. Phthalic zone is nothing but the photic and aphotic zones. Both are together is called as what is the phthalic zone. Pelagic. Okay. Deep in the aphotic zones lies the abyssal zone is also aphotic zones. Take an example. Aphotic means dark zone. Below the dark zones, there is a one layer is that is called the abyssal zone. The part of the ozone 2000 to 6000 meter below the surface. Okay, take an example. Below the surface. That is very, very important. That area is called as abyssal zone. Okay, don't forget, my dear. This is very, very important. Go to the next one. See that? This is the structure. Okay. See here, this is the ozone light. Light is the sunlight already in our board. This is the upper part of the water bed already in our board. In this area, euphotic. Euphotic means the absorbs water molecules. That means the light is also pass on it. The red light absorption takes place. Despotic blue colors. Euphotic means absence of, isn't it? And then here in this area, aphotic, there is no light pass on it. So in this area is only look like a dark in color only. In this area also, what happened, you know, there are so many microorganisms, they will be grow. Okay, very less in nature. Okay, so this is very, very important. See the next one, photopic and despotic and aphotic. See the distance, 1000 meter only he mentioned here. 6,000 meter means you can calculate it in very deep sea only. Okay. So these are the diagrammatical representation of the light. Okay. So go to the next one. At the bottom of the all aquatic biome, deep or shallow is the benthic zone. This is also very, very important. Benthic zone. Benthic zone means what is that? Bottom of all aquatic biome is one of the benthic zone is there, made up of sand and organic and inorganic sediments. The benthic zone is occupied by a communities of organisms collectively called as benthos. Okay. Okay. Imagine benthos or benthic zone. Both are same, value same. Okay. See this. So this is very, very important. Benthos. Because why? The benthic zone, it contains so many sedimentations. What are the sediments? Made up of sand and organic and inorganic sediments present in that particular zone. So they can easily survive that. Which type of animal? Benthos type of animals. Another one is a major source of food for many benthic species is dead organic matter called ditoris. Already we discussed it. Ditori means dead organic matter. Okay, so this is very, very, very important. That's why they told is inorganic, organic. Organic means dead animals. Okay, any one of the dead animals also settle down in the bottom of the seashore. Okay, they can eat which one? The benthos, they eat the dead organic matter, they will be survived, which rains down from the protective surface water of the photic zones. Okay. Protective survey. Which one is a protective survey? The upper part of the photic zone is the protective survey of benthic zone. Don't forget. Okay, the sediment at the bottom of the lake or pond form the benthic region, which is habitat for the benthic organism like snail, slugs, and microorganisms. These are the example. Don't forget, my dear. This is very, very important. Sometimes they may ask the questions. The benthos example, snails, slugs, and also microorganisms. Okay, so these are the examples. They can eat only the which one dead organic matter. Okay, so it settle down in the bottom of the seashore or whatever it may be. Okay, this is very, very important. This is the neat point of the question, my dear. So the photic zone is also protected by the benthic zone, or benthic zone is covered by a photozoic zone. Which one? Benthic zone is covered by a photic zone is the first layer. Benthic zone is the second layer. Okay, like that you can imagine. Okay, my dear. See this. This is the figure. Ozonic zone is this is the ozonic zone is the here photic zone. Photic zone is the particular distance they have told up to the level of 1,000 meter only. After that, what happened? So the benthic zone is this is the area. Okay, this is the area. Okay, up to this level. The last one. Okay, benthic zone. Here the Paleozoic zone. Aphotic zone. Aphotic zone means how many 1,000 meter below aphotic zone is there. And this aphotic zone is also called as benthic zone already in our board. In this area, what happened? All the dead organic matters all settle down in this area only. They can survive up to the 9,000 meters. Imagine. They told 6,000 meter, but here they mention 9,000 meter. You know the difference between these. These are the land. This is the land place. Here there is a upper layer of the water bed, and there is a lighting region here, and light less intensity here. And then below there is a dark region is there. That is called as benthic. The benthic region is covered by a photic zone. Okay, my dear. So same things is also here. See that? Light, limnetic zone, littoral zone, profundal zone, benthic zone. Here the low soil is, see that. So this is the entire structures. So the light is also passed on here. Here completely zero. Up to this level only what happened? The light will be passed. Below this level, there is no light. It will not transfer. Okay, scattering, isn't it? Go to the next one. Electromagnetic spectrum. You already studied. What is by spectrum? Okay, spectrum is nothing but the, what is that? Colors. Okay, different colors. Okay, united together form as a spectrum. Okay, solar radiation before entering the atmosphere, okay, carries energy at the constant rate of 2 Ca bar Cm. Okay, so this one. This is very important things. Solar energy, it reaches the earth, which is known as the solar constant. The short wave radiation induced cosmic rays, that is also X-rays, short rays, isn't it? And the ultraviolet rays, which have a wavelength shorter than 0.4 to 4 nanometer to 400 nanometer. This is also another important. This is also a ultraviolet rate. The nanometer should be 0.4 to 400 nanometer. The light visible spectrum already we studied. Visible spectrum VIBGR, isn't it? Visible spectrum, you have to tell us the VIBGR. VIBGR, violet, indigo blue, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Having a wavelength of 400 to 700 nanometer. Here you have to tell us the 380 to 720 nanometer exactly. Okay. It's also called as photosynthetic active radiation. Sometimes they may ask the question in the form of expansion. Which one is the correct answer? Which one of the following is the correct one? Like that, they may ask the question. Photosynthetically active radiations. Okay, my dear. Okay, see this one. So this is the entire diagram already we know about. 400 to 700. But here they may have mentioned as a 750. I told you 780. After that, it will be reduced. So this is called as defined plant response PPF. Photosynthetically active radiation. See, unusable by plant. This area, it is not used by the plant. So only the blue region as well as the red region only they were used. Middle, what happened? They will not use. That is very, very important. The wavelength started from the VIBGR. Violet, blue, indigo blue, green, red. G, orange, and red. So this is the exact diagram. Okay. Don't forget, my dear. This is very, very important. Okay. Sometimes they may ask the question, which portion the plant it not utilize 480 to 580. The plant not unusable. Okay. The plants are utilized in this area only. See, this is the portion of red and blue. Okay. Already we saw it in the Caesar reason, isn't it? Okay. Go to the next one. Depending upon the wavelength, 3 type of UV are distinguished. Depending upon their wavelength, they may be divided into 3 types. They may be mentioned as A, B, C in the opposite manner, ascending order. Okay, see here. See here, the 100 to 200, isn't it? 100 to 200. Okay, 100 to 200. What is that? 100 to 280 nanometer. It is called as ultraviolet C. Ultraviolet B means this is the first one. 280 is the to 320. Ultraviolet A means 320 to 400. About 400, what happened? The VIBGR which comes up, isn't it? That is very, very important, my dear. So here, according to their ultraviolet nanometer, depends upon their wavelength. Nanometer is nothing but 10 to the power of -9, isn't it? 10 to the power of 9 is the nanometer. So out of these 3, ultraviolet C radiation is lethal. Why it is called as lethal? Lethal means it leads to death. Okay, it is a very, very dangerous. Okay, ultraviolet C, the nanometers should be 100 to 280 nanometer. When it passes on in your body, what happens? Automatically lead to radiation. It induces the mutation, cancer, skin cancer, and so on. So as a result, it will lead to death in short period. That is very, very important. Next one is, we are passed on to the next abiotic factor is called soil. Already know about the various characteristics of soil, such as the soil composition, grain size, and aggregation, determine the percolation and water holding capacity of the soil. These are the properties. Suppose take an example of soil. There are so many soils. There clay soil, red soil, sand soil, and also black soil. Okay, so many soils, 6 to 7 types have been reported by the scientists in our country containing this type, and also red soil also, isn't it? But each one, it has a specific composition molecules. Take an example, red soil, it contains the red oxide. Sand, silicon dioxide. Okay, likewise. Grain size also differs. The particle size also differs. And not only that, and also water holding capacity. Take an examples of sand, it will not hold the water molecules. At the same time, but clay, it holds the water molecule in itself. Okay, these are the importance. Okay, not only that, these characteristics along with the parameters such as pH also very, very important. Mineral composition and topography. What is the meaning of topography? The arrangement of the layer determined to a large extent to the vegetation in any areas. Okay, that topography. We will study the topography. What is the meaning of? In the aquatic environment, the sediment characteristics often determine the type of benthic animal and can thrive there. Okay, these are the soil content. See this one, you can easily understand. This is a normal one. The upper layer, but there is a hills places they have showed here, followed by there is a, what is that? Soil. Okay. Below there is a different layer is there. Different types of layer is also having. Okay, see that? Dolomites and water table, two spring, and so on, so that. Here, okay. These are the step-by-step layer. Okay. See here also. Okay, it is not clear. Okay. Another things. And what are the soil properties is that? See here. The soil is made up of 4 components, already we discussed. The 2 solid substances are small minerals, particles, and organic matter. In an average soil, about 45% of the volume is filled with the minerals, particles, and about 5% by organic matter. This is very, very important. How many percentage of minerals present in the soil? Sometimes they may ask the questions. And 5% of organic matter. The mineral composition of soil depends on the minerals in the parent material and the extent of the weathering. What is the meaning of weathering? Weathering is nothing but the climatic change occurs on the rock. As a result, rock is also split into gives a simple component, soils, particles. See that? The small minerals particles come from the weathering of rocks. Whereas the organic matter is made by a plant and animal origin, both from dead and living organisms. The minerals means, organic means, what is that? It comes from the organic substance. Which one is the organic? Plant and animals is organic. So, it's nothing but the carbon containing component. That is the difference. Okay, media. This is the soil properties. Next one is, see that the other 50% of volume is filled with the air and water. Mineral particles in soil is included gravel, coarse sand, fine sand, slit, clay, which vary greatly in size. Gravel means it's nothing but a stone. Coarse sand means very small one. Sand means fine particle. Slit and clay means about it. It's nothing but the semi-solid nature, which was greatly in size. Okay, these are the properties. Fine texture soils have a predominance of clay and slit particles, and coarse texture soils are predominant by the sand particle. This is a simple things. Okay, what are the properties it has? It has a structure. Soil organic matter. What are the soil organic matter present in it? No, the organic matter comprise 2 fractions: freshly dead and partially decomposed plant and animals. Material called detritus or litters. Take an example, any one of the plant, they withdraw their leaf, means it also fall onto the surface of the land or sand bed, isn't it? The microorganism completely what happened? It maybe destroy the molecule, isn't it? That conditions. What is that? Detritus or litters. Colloidal, amorphous, and dark colored substances called humps. It is very, very important. Humps, humic acid. What is that? All the plant particle or animal particle completely destroyed. Okay, into simple form and also deposit in the layer by layer. Okay, it is look like a black in colors, but it is not a soil, but at the same time, it is a decompose of plant material as well as a animal. That is called as humps. The nature and properties of soil is different place, vary. It is depends on their climate and weathering process. Already we know. See, this is the example. See the structures. They may be divided into 5 regions: O horizon ray, A region, B region, B and C region. The B region, there is a 2 region is there. See that this is the first region. This is the uppermost layer, O horizon layer. Okay, A horizon, B horizon, B horizon, dark brown clay is lower part of the B horizon. This is the loamy and slit. Loamy and slit. Here dark brown clay. C horizon, glacial deposits. These are the layer. How many layers is there? 5 layers. A, B, C only, but B it has a 2 subdivisions. O is the uppermost layer. See, the soil pH also differs. The plant grow best in the neutral or slightly acidic soils only. Slightly alkaline is helpful to growth of the grassland and some crop plants like legumes, because nitrogen is very, very essential for the synthesis of protein and enzyme and their catalytic activities. Okay, so this is very, very important. Suppose it increases salinity, what happens at that places, the only legume plants will be grow. Normal only what neutral pH and below acidity. That means slight acidity only 6.5, 6.8 like that. Okay, and then soil's porosity. Porosity is nothing but the pores in between the soil particle. 2 types is a macrospore and microspore. Macrospore means the soil particle, the gap, it will be large in size. Non-capillary pores of more than 200 micrometer diameter. Water percolation, gravitational flow occurs through the macropore of 50 micrometers. Sometimes they may ask the question. Next one is microspore, capillary pores with the diameter. Capillary water here, capillary water. Diameter of 20 micrometer or less hold water by capillarity. Present 30% of good soils. This is very, very important. Water holding capacity depends upon the microspore only. It hold the water molecule in between the microspore. Okay, that is very, very important. Sometimes it's also a very rare case they ask the question in this part. Okay, my dear. For the next one. Response of organism to abiotic factor. It is very, very important. Without this, there is no question paper in this part, in this lesson, in this chapter. Okay. Regulator. Okay. What is by regulator? See, during the course of millions of years of their existence, many species have evolved a relatively constant internal environment that allow all biochemical reactions and the physiological functions to proceed within the maximal efficiency and thus enhance the overall fitness of the species. Regulator is nothing but all the biochemical reaction which occurs within the organism only. Without the biochemical reaction, they will not survive in the particular area. Such type of organism are called as what is the regulators. Okay, see the next one. This constantly, for example, could be in the tent of optimal temperature and osmotic concentration of the body fluids. This is depends upon the 2 things is very, very important. 2 parameters. What are the 2 parameters? No, optimal temperature and osmotic concentration of the body fluid. Both are equal, then only the animals will survive. Okay, ideally, then the organism should try to maintain the constancy of the internal environment, internal body temperature. They should be maintained. That condition is called as homeostasis. Take an example, human body is there. Your body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius in tropical region. You are in the tropical region. Suppose when you are moving to the hills places, what happens? That time also, your body temperature will be maintained. That condition is called as homeostasis. Suppose we are going to the temperate zones. Okay, the temperature outside the atmosphere, the temperature is also very high, but your body temperature will be 37. That is homeostasis. Okay, my dear. So deposit varying external environmental, okay, condition that tend to upset its homeostasis. Suppose if it is differ, what happen? No, what happen? Your environment, it will be suppressed. Deposit varying external environmental, the condition. Varying environmental condition mean what is that? cold or hot, then to upset its homeostasis. That time what happens? Suppose if you are traveling in the desert area, think about that things. During that condition, what happens? The surrounding the heat will be very high in nature, isn't it? So you didn't take any water molecule. What will happen? You lead to degradation of the water molecule in the form of sweat. As a result, you are getting thirsty. Suppose you are not taking water, what will happen? You lead to death only. That is the conditions. Okay, so that is very, very important. Okay, so this is the things. Next one is whether the soil is transported or sedimentary and how soil development occurred. Various characteristics of soil along with the parameters such as pH, mineral composition, and topography determine to the large extent of vegetation in area. This is in the tan dedicated to the type of animal that can be supported. These are all depends upon their composition of the soil, minerals, all those things. Then only the plant will be survive. The plant will be grow means what happened? It will be the food for herbivorous. Herbivorous food for which one you know? Omnivorous, isn't it? Carnivorous, whatever it may be. It's a food chain, it will be continue. Otherwise, what happened? All are dead. There is no any living organism in this area. See here, the desert soil, the top soil has a little or no hums. There is no hums. The subsoil is a mixture of sand, clay, minerals, and salts. The grassland, the roots and native plants penetrated deep into the ground, forming a dense soot trough that hold moisture and prevent the erosions, soil erosions. The temperate forest soil. The top horizon is a rich mixture of the hums and inorganic soil components. In tropical rainforest, heavy rainfall and high temperature result in the nutrition poor soils. So these are the 4 types, okay, of the soils. See this one, O horizon, A horizon, B horizon, C horizon. So these are the 4. So slitter, shallow, and clay and mixed with the iron aluminum complex compounds and C horizons. Some organisms are able to maintain homeostasis by the physiological means that ensure a constant body temperature, constant osmotic concentration, etc. All bats and mammals are very few lower vertebrates. Okay, swordfish have salt glands, and invertebrate species are indeed capable to such regulations, thermoregulation and osmoregulation. Each one it has. Already we know about thermoregulations. What is the meaning of thermoregulation? Suppose if it is survive in the cold places, the animals will be high body content, isn't it? Then only it can survive. Suppose if it is not survive, what will happen? The body temperature, it will be lose very shortly. They must eat more food for the regaining of the temperature. That's why the polar bear, it has a, what is a skin, how many depth, width, you know, the deposition of the fat molecule in 4 to 5 inches. That is called as blubber. The name is called as blubber. Okay, you got it now. Then only it can survive. Suppose if it is not like that, it can be exit from that area. That is very, very important. Otherwise, they will not survive because the osmoregulation is not possible. Suppose small insects, take an example of small insects, small birds, it will not survive in that area. It can move from one place to, it move from one place to another place, that place to another place. Okay, which there is a adaptable atmosphere is there. Okay, you can easily move. See this one. Some organisms are able to maintain homeostasis physiologically, means that they ensure constant body temperature, constant osmotic concentration, etc. All bats and mammals are very few layer vertebrate. Tuna, swordfish have a salt glands, and invertebrate species, insects, are indeed capable of such regulation, thermoregulation and osmoregulation. These things also given in the conformers. So it is another category, conformers. The major 99% of the animals and nearly all plants cannot maintain a constant internal environment. They are collectively called as, what is that? They are as, what is that? Conformous. Okay, my dear. Internal. Internal environment. Okay, so this is called as, what is that? Conformal. Okay. How many percentage? This is also very, very important, my dear students. So many times they may ask the questions. What is by conformer? Which one is the following is the conformer is correct? Okay, it is wrong, like that they may ask the question. Conformers is nothing but the plant or animal. What happened, maintain. They cannot maintain their body temperature. Such type of animals are called as conformers. Their body temperature change with the atmospheric temperature. We are all conformers. Now, aquatic animal and osmotic concentration of the body fluid change. With that, the amphibians has water, osmotic concentration. These animals and plants are simply called as conformers. This is very, very important. See here, you have to calculate it. This is the internal levels. Internal level. This is external level. When the temperature increases, automatically what happens? See, this is the conformers, regulators, partial regulator. You may calculate at a CRP. Conformer, regulator, partial. Conformer means, what does that mean now? They cannot be able to change their temperature. Regulator, about partial regulator. Okay, so what is the meaning of regulator? Already we studied. What is the meaning by regulator? Regulator is nothing but during the occurs the millions of years, there is an extension. Many species have evolved in the relative constant internal environment. It maintains their internal environment. Okay, so that is called as, what is that? Regulators. Partially regulated means partially allowed the constant internal temperature. That is very, very important, my student. They can be represented as a graphical representation. So this is the graphical representation of the conformers, regulator, and partial regulator. CRP. Don't forget, my dear. CRP. Okay. See that? CRP. Okay. Conformer, they cannot be able to maintain their internal environment. Regulators, they can maintain their environment and also fit for their, what is that? Fitness. The last one, partial, means partially regulated. 50% will be what will happen? Maintain their environment within the internal body temperature. Remaining 50% is not maintain their environment. That is the reasons. Okay, media. You should know the examples. So see the regulators versus conformers. So this is called as, what is that? River water temperature regulator. Regulator means it's maintain their body temperature. Okay. So this is called as, what is that? Conformers. Conformers, what happen, they will maintain the body temperature. That is called as conform. So these are the two examples has given. The same one is also another one. River otter. Okay. Large mouth boas. Temperature conformers. Here the question is there, my dear. Don't forget in this part. Which one is considered as a regulator? Give an example. River water. Which one is a conformer? Given examples. This is called as, what is that? A large mouth boas. Temperature conformers. Okay. This is the important things. Next one is the thermoregulation. We will finish it up to this level, my dear students. It is energetically expensive for many organisms. This is particularly true for small animals such as shrews and hummingbirds. Thermoregulations means, what is the meaning? Temperature. Small animals have a large surface area relative to their volume. Therefore, they tend to lose body heat very fast. It asked so many times, my dear students. Okay, so many times I told you, the small animal, they cannot be able to survive in the cold area. So it comes out because the surface area is, what is that? The animal have a large surface area related to their volume. Therefore, they tend to lose body heat very fast. This is the point. This is the point. small animals, hummingbird, take an example. It will not survive in cold area because the body temperature will be very loose. So it will lead to freeze condition. Okay. So otherwise they will take more amount of food for creating the temperature. So next one is, this is the main reason why very small animals are rarely found in polar region. This is the very, very important idea. Some species have evolved the ability to regulate, but only over a limited range environmental condition beyond which they simply conform. If the stressful external conditions are localized or remain only for a short duration, the organism has two other alternatives: migrate or suspended. That is very, very important. We'll see the remaining things on the next class, my dear students. What is by migrate? What is by suspended? What are the regulators? What's partial regulator, conformers, migrate, suspenders? What are the things? What are the examples? That things we are going to see next classes. Thank you so much for the participation. We will see the remaining things on the next class, my dear students. Today, what we discuss, light, temperature, light, and also soil particles, and also what is that? Benthic, benthos, okay, eupotic and apotic, okay, that things also already we discussed. And electromagnetic spectrum, okay, so what are the wavelength is there? Which wavelengths used by the plant, which was not used by the animals, like that, ultraviolet rays, and more than that ones above, okay. How many types of ultraviolet rays is there? Which one is lethal in condition? Ultraviolet C is the lethal one. Okay, and soil particles, and soil properties. Okay, and then horizon. That is very important. How the soils, how they are separated. That is very, very important. Soil horizon is classified according to their nature of the components. Okay, and also soil particles. That things also, and then response of organism abiotic factors such as regulator, conformer, partially regulator. That things also discussed. Okay, my dear, thank you so much for the participation. We'll see the remaining things on the next class. Thank you so much. Bye. Take care. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Pa. Thank you.